All right, I did it.
What'd you do now?
I started my musky bait collection.
Did you?
Yeah. Really?
I did. I told you on that episode. I was so pumped, right? The Musky Maniacs episode was pretty cool. Got a lot of great episodes, but I had a lot of fun that one.
Well, what'd you buy and how much did you spend?
Yeah.
Oh, I spent a lot.
I knew they were coming out.
Oh, Bessie.
Yeah, there they are, guys.
Check them out.
I was talking to Greg Attard about these.
Check them out. Just starting to hit shelves. I haven't even opened them yet. I listen. I didn't even take them out of the box.
Wow.
I didn't even take them out of the box until I got here. These are the new samples.
I can't even get it out of the box.
Oh, buddy, look at this. This is the floating version. Look at hand-carved, high-end Daiwa components. Wow. Look how freaking good these things look, eh? So these are made in collaboration with Ninshine Lure Works, which you guys know his stuff.
Yeah.
Is awesome.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Look how
I'm gonna hook myself.
Yeah, big 4-aught hooks on them. Look how freaking sweet that is.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is a great looking bait.
Great looking bait.
How much does yours weigh?
Mine is really heavy because I have the fast sinking one, kind of like your fishing career.
So look how good these look.
That's a fantastic looking bait.
I know what else. There's a loon color. I want the loon.
Yeah.
Oh, for up here in Canada, they're gonna hammer it. So Mark, you know why they called it the Bessie?
I do know why they called it the Bessie.
Tell us.
Because of a giant that was caught out of Erie that they had nicknamed Bessie.
I think it was something like that.
Something like that?
I think there's
Something
some
that.
mythical creature that people say they spotted. It was like 50 feet long and was nicknamed the Bessies.
Yeah, but wasn't Bessie caught?
I don't know. We should look into this before we go on.
Yeah,
talk
we
about it
should.
next time. Okay, awesome. No, but seriously, how freaking sweet are these?
So we got props at the front at the back.
Yeah, so
We
there's
got
different
this
versions of it, right?
Crazy looking blade here.
There's floating, there's slow sinking, and there's fast sinking. So which one do you guys each have? It's already on the box.
I
there.
got the slow sinking.
I've got the fast sinking.
And I got the floating one here.
So these got some weight to it. Let me
This
feel
is
yours.
really heavy.
Dude, it's like a giant 6.5-inch spy bait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
Oh yeah. And you know how well spy baits do.
And
so I have
construction?
3 lures. I have 3 lures now in my muskie collection. You guys are holding them all. But look at how good
you
the
only
ones.
have one.
3.
no. These are mine. But look at this. Look how good the eyes look. These realistic 3D eyes on them and everything. It's freaking awesome. Forward-facing front props. Right? Wow. Like it's got everything. Stainless steel blade on the back here. More vibration when you're pulling it through the water.
Daiwa logo on the
top.
flasher on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Freaking dope.
Stamped in.
I would love to see how that actually works. I don't think I've ever seen a blade like that on a bait before.
So, molded hand-carved scale patterns too. Anyways, I'm pumped on. Check them out, guys. Local dealers. Just starting to show up now. We got some up into Canada early.
What's the
retail?
What's the MSRP on these?
Yeah.
They're going to be probably around $89 time we get them landed. They're $69.99 US. So
right.
do some conversion and stuff. But I mean, I'm pretty stoked on these things for sure. So check them out. Don't hook yourself on those, boys.
They
Anyways,
got some big hooks on them.
I didn't mean to start it off of like such a promo. I was just pumped that I started my musky bait collection.
That's a good start.
See, I'm sitting there too, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can throw this. Like, $89. Then I remember John, $4,300.
Yeah, but he's not throwing those ones.
Well, he throws 1,500 buckers.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. No doubt. So,
crazy.
anyways, we got to episode 10. It's a big deal.
This is the 10th?
Yeah, this is double-digit stuff here.
We're in the double digits.
We made it.
We had enough people say, keep going. We're here for number 10. So I've had a lot of fun doing it. I don't know about you guys, but I look forward to it every other
I have a blast doing it.
Yeah.
I got to sit beside him.
So you're having a great time too then.
So,
yeah.
So we got some guests in again. In studio, we got one and only Mercer Marine. Andrew Mercer. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good, Kyle.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're neighbors, eh?
Yeah, you are.
Like 500 meters maybe?
Yeah, about that.
About that?
Yeah, not far.
Yeah, not far.
You could get on a skateboard at the top of your hill and not even any effort and be at Mercer's.
No, we use golf carts and gators. And it was golf carts.
Yeah, that's how they do her in the
Yeah. Now we're growing up.
village.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. And join us also, the man, the myth, the legend, Vic Morris from ProWater Baits. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Before
Good,
we
man.
start, can I get some hair and makeup over here, please?
What, you didn't see her as you walked through? You were supposed to come left. You're supposed to go right to the dressing room.
Yeah, right on. Yeah,
Next time, you guys should go back in there and see Veronica. She's the real deal.
Right on.
Makes Mark look so good every week.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. Awesome. So thanks for coming in, guys. I know I dropped it on you last minute, but we ran out of guests and we needed you guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We've been trying to get you on here for a while. Hey, Vic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So finally
Glad to be here.
stars align. So we'll get into it. Let's introduce you guys to all of our awesome listeners out there. Start with you, Andrew. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, how you got into fishing, and what the heck is Mercer Marine?
Well, I got into fishing. I bought a used Ranger boat in, 2008. Fished some derbies, did some work on it, and then decided, I'm going to install some electronics and do some carpet for some people, and it's kind of slowly started taking off, and now we're kind of rocking and rolling. Got a bunch of boats booked in for the spring, carpet jobs, electronics. We install and supply our own custom power harness, so like a C-Clear or anything else, but we build it in-house.
So
yeah, and they do an amazing job. I have it on my boat.
Yep.
So I've seen the work you've done. I've seen you, and you do the carpets, everything, all that stuff. Like, it's clean. Like, so let's back up. Are you making a run at this as your full-time job, possibly?
Maybe.
See, because
it's tough to say. Like, I know my wife helps me a lot for this. Like, she'll strip the boat, she'll get everything ready, and then I'm super particular when we lay carpet. Like, I have to do it. It has to be absolutely perfect, like better than factory. So, full time for me, maybe not, but for her, I think so.
yeah.
I think
cool.
we could rock and roll with that for sure.
Wow. So like we're gonna see a Mercer Marine actually go public one day.
Maybe one day. It's
So
it's pretty elite right now.
So you got a new Instagram going?
Yeah, I just started last night.
So you ready?
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Well, it's time.
it's time. You know what? I really pick and choose what I do because the boats have to be right and the customers have to be right as well. So
Like, why wouldn't you? Is my question. Like, why not go for this? You got a great name out there. You do great work. It's a no-brainer to me.
because I make a lot of money contracting.
Yeah, but the word boat, you put that in front of, like, you put that on your invoice.
Yeah,
$1,000.
yeah, bust out another $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a spell boat costs $1,000.
Yeah.
So there is a shortage of guys that can rig. I know some selling guys.
Absolutely.
Boat show last week, everybody asking, who can install this for me? Who can install this for me? And, you know, there's very few of them. Peterborough is starting the new project, Top Sonar, right? They're doing a lot of installs out of there. Dave Barstow was known as one of the best installers for years and years. He's left the industry now. He's working full-time at East Hill, the gun department.
Right.
So he's not working on boats at all, right? Nope. He's done his time. His body can't handle it. And, I really think there's a demand, and if you do it, I think you're going to do well.
Yeah. I think there's a huge demand for carpet with the cost of new boats now. And carpet jobs aren't that much money if you think about it, and what your boat looks like when it's finished.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's night and day.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I have a 2015 Phoenix coming in, and everybody knows Phoenix carpet's terrible from the factory, but it's going to look like a brand new boat when we're done. Like, it'll be gorgeous.
What about getting into that tech deck and that kind of thing?
I don't know. I'm personally not a big fan of it. I don't like the way it goes around the compartments and the lids. It's not clean enough for
Leaves an opening, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a carpet fan.
It looks super sharp.
It looks sharp, but I don't know if it's gonna last.
And comfort. I wonder, the comfort, like on your feet all day on that tech deck. I know carpet, it's got, a lot of guys do barefoot, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to be able to do that on that tech deck? Is it going to heat up or?
Yeah.
Right.
Not much more than carpet.
And then we pad everything too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my next question.
it's easy.
What does a bass boat come with for standard padding? Like, how thick? Like, would you upgrade it? Like, what do you recommend?
I would only go with like 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
You don't need a lot. It's not like you want to sit down on memory foam all day. You need just something to kind of take that edge of the fiberglass away. Carpet helps, but I think you add that 1/4 inch pad and it makes it like a lot of our new Ranger boats, like mine and Sean's boat has it. I think Mark's front deck's padded.
Yeah, it is.
Then it's night and day when you stand on that front deck compared to the rod lockers or even back a little bit.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Huh. So let's talk about some other stuff you've done. Like, you have made your own power poles.
Yes, I have made my own power poles.
What kind of a process was that?
It was absolutely terrible, and I'll never do it again.
So, do you have a picture of this we can show?
Yeah.
We don't need it right now. You can send it to us later.
Yeah, I'll find one out.
All right.
But anyways, we built a mold out of wood, kind of found the shape we wanted, laid it up with carbon fiber and Kevlar, basically the same layup they use in it, like an F-16. So we laid them all up, vacuumed it down, they weighed, if I remember correct, 13 pounds for 2 of them with the cylinders in them and everything. The brackets were heavy, but like they don't weigh anything, and you cannot crush it. It took 26 tons to break the V.
What'd you use for the spike?
Spike, we used like a fiberglass rod. Bought it off this McMaster car. It was 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Kind of sharpened the point, and we machined everything on a drill press.
Wow.
Really, eh?
Oh yeah, it was.
So I'd like to put an order in for one.
No, not
Joke.
Kayak size.
yeah, no.
See, what Mercer Marine doesn't tell you is he's got a secret weapon at home, too.
Yeah, he does.
Really?
He's got a Bobby.
Yeah, Bob's the
Everybody
man.
needs it.
Makes
Yeah,
a damn good burger too.
Yeah, you got to get a Bobby. If you're gonna do this stuff, you need a Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
So what's Bob's involvement going to be? Have you
I don't
talked
know.
about it, or?
We haven't really talked about
No?
it. He's like, just go to work. Don't worry about it.
Okay, let's explain who Bobby is now,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? Bobby is your father,
yeah. Call him that, I guess.
and he's one of my favorite
Wait,
humans.
time.
he's a beauty.
Have you ever called him Dad?
No,
Bobby.
no, he's got a name.
Yeah.
Bob. Yeah.
Right on, and we'll get back to that too in a second. But Vic, I've known you for a long time, even before fishing days for me.
Yeah, I think the first time we met Kyle was, didn't we do a Duck Dynasty thing back in those days, and we had a squirrel barbecue dinner at my place?
Yeah, we were at yeah, we did. So I was actually just telling this story yesterday. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We're talking about squirrel hunting at one of my dealer shows. And I'm like, yeah, first time I ever ate a squirrel's Vic Morris from ProWater. And they're like, no way.
Yeah.
They're not bad, eh?
It tastes like
they're
chicken?
not- yeah, they do taste like chicken. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to cook them a little bit slow though, because they dry out pretty
And do you eat the whole thing? Like, do you have the whole, like,
whole
Yeah.
kit and caboodle.
It was us and the Amiots, Larry and Tyson.
Yeah, Larry Enticer. Yeah,
yeah, right on.
Good times.
kind of named one of my baits after him there, the old dirty mullet.
The dirty mullet. No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so then back then you ran a landscape company, right?
Landscape company. I started off in the restaurant business and then got into the landscape business, and the body couldn't take it after that, so I had to pack that in and find a new gig to get into, and got into making baits.
So
Passion of mine,
You went in this full time.
full time.
I'm boy.
The chief cook and bottle washer of the whole operation. I sit down there in the bait bunker and just keep pumping out baits, designing new baits, and putting them all together, mostly to give the anglers something different to use. Because a lot of guys are using the same stuff over and over and over again. I like getting a little creative with the baits. So like sometimes I might take one. I touch a bait 3 or 4 different times to make one bait out of it, like physically a custom handmade bait.
So here's a question for you. Do you feel that the fish get accustomed to seeing the same baits over and over and over?
I think they do. Yeah. And I don't know what their thought process of hitting it. I think it's more of a reaction thing and whether they're feeding or not. But
Do you think maybe if a fish has been stung by that bait, it may tend to shy away from it?
it may turn them off a little bit if the fish has been stung by that. So I think they do have sort of some kind of memory to bait. So I would say yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, I think it kind of goes into what you're talking about is, are baits made to catch fishermen, or are they made to catch fish? And I've always looked at fish as, look, you can put me in front of a buffet, but eventually I'm going to get full. I'm not going to eat that next rib. Takes a while, but you know what I'm saying, right? And I always think maybe the fish are thinking maybe I missed the feed, right? They're not playing. Then it goes back to the whole thing about shape, color, scent. What's your opinion on that? Is it really down to 2 colors? And what do you think about scent? And is there something that even if they're full, for lack of a better term, or turned off, that they will hit?
Well, as far as humans are, they have a 3-cone sight system, and fish have a 2-cone sight system. So fish can actually only identify red and green as actual colors. Everything else is like a form of black and blue. So color is a big thing. I think the most important thing is profile of the bait, the size and profile of what they're feeding on at that particular time. So it's good to have a variety of baits to choose from.
The old match the hatch theory.
Yeah.
Which would make sense, right? Because it's exactly what they see. Match it up. So, do you put any scent in your baits at all?
We do put a scent in the bait. It's, of course, a top secret scent that nobody else uses, but
It smells lovely, by the way.
it does smell
Yeah?
lovely. And,
What do you call it?
It's called Triple F Set Feeding Frenzy Formula.
Oh.
Oh,
Now,
look
do you
at
sell
that
it separately, like in a bottle? at all?
No, I actually have to make it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And it's made out of something that fish really eat. So
tell us about the bait bunker.
the bait bunker.
The whole operation happens in the bait bunker. I've been in it. It's pretty sweet.
The bait bunker is a precious space in the house. It's funny when we went out to look at the house and we pulled into the driveway and it was like, yeah, okay, it's a nice house. We got a lot of acreage there and it's nice. And then we walked down to the basement and I opened up this door and it's like an 8-inch concrete bunker. Garage under a garage. And walk in there and look at everything and go, yeah, this is it. This is what it's all about. So before I got into the bait business, it was like, okay, it was like a garage. Worked on a few cars and ATVs and dirt bikes and stuff like that. And then got into the bait business and turned into a full-fledged bait bunker.
That's crazy.
So how big is your bunker that you're using to do these baits?
I'm using about half of it, so the whole bunker's probably about 15 by 20, and I'm using about half of that. I've got like an L-shaped workbench set up. It's all stainless with plastic countertops on it because you want to put the plastic countertops on it so when you do make the baits, you either hang them up or you lay them down on the bench, and you don't want to put them on the stainless steel because it's going to absorb some of that smell of the steel. So it's a good idea to put them on plastic or some kind of PVC.
So, got to get a ventilation system in there?
Probably not good enough. But yeah, it's all non-phthalate material that we use. And the only time it becomes carcinogenic, I guess you could say, is if you actually burn it. If you actually bring it to a burning state, then it can be hazardous. But most of the time, it's just basically a nuisance fume.
Yeah.
I've heard of some guys getting like migraine headaches and sore throats and stuff like that off it, but I've got those all the time anyway. So.
Or do you use like Presto pots?
I started out with a Presto pot,
Yeah.
and I like to research things and do things a little bit different, do it myself instead of going to the suppliers and buying those things. So I looked at the Presto pot that they had for like some retailer would sell it for like I don't know, I think it was like $249, and it's literally a $50 Presto pot that I bought. Took a drill bit, drilled a hole through the bottom of it, put a little turn spigot on it, a brass, so I could hand pour baits out of the spigot, or else I could just draw it right out of the top with the injector. Got a little low voltage drill press at the top of it, mixing all the material. And just last week,
It's constantly mixing,
nice. Constantly stirring, so nothing sticks. It's usually shoot at around 325 or so is kind of my magic number for the formula that I use. And just last week, exciting time, I just purchased a Ultra Mold Shooting Star injection machine. So now I can go from making a Presto pot, usually I have 2 of them going, but 3-quart, 4-quart Presto pot, now I can do about 6 gallons at a time. So,
Wow.
So I can pump out the baits, and I can either do solid or laminate colors, which is kind of nice too.
What's your biggest challenge, like getting those molds cooled down? Keep pouring in them?
Actually, the thing with this system is I can have all my molds laid out on the table. And if I'm shooting all one color, by the time I'm done that mold, I get back to the first one, it's ready to come apart and it's already set and good to go.
Yeah.
It does have to hang for about 24 hours to actually perfectly cure before you package it, or else it does stay a little bit spongy. So, yeah, it's quite the process. And, it's something I love to do, and I just get down there in the bait bunker and plug away at it. And the biggest kick I get out of it is knowing that I've designed and made a bait and for someone else to catch a fish on. I mean, that's really cool to me. It makes me feel good, so they can experience the kind of things that I have when I've been fishing over the years. So
let's talk about who's running your baits. You got some pretty big names around this area running them.
Yeah, we got Wanger, a.k.a. Mike Williams.
Yeah.
He's self-proclaimed #1 pro staff.
That's the second time I've heard that.
He claims that title on a couple other teams too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, we've got Team Hurdle, which is Mike Sr., Mike Jr., and
there's some hammers.
They do quite
they
well. They use a lot of my baits consistently. We got the Donaldsons, Nicole and Mark Donaldson. We've got Scott Atkinson and Matt Loudon out in the East End. And we've got Mr. Mercer here from Mercer Marine and Jack Morgan from Beechwood.
Nice. All right, Mercer, what's your favorite bait that Vic makes?
Jeez. I'm a fan of the
Hold it up high.
I'm gonna hold it up high. This is our Hartwell color here, but we gotta get the camera right.
Yeah, we'll take a picture of it.
We'll take a picture.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's nice little drop shot bait.
So for those listening that aren't watching, listening on their car or the driving work, describe it.
It's basically a drop shot bait. A little
The money shot.
the money shot. That's right. A little bit fatter tail, and it floats. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't just hang in the water column with its tail down. It actually will float in the water. Other brands, it's a similar shape to other brands, but this thing actually floats.
So I have a
Just kill it.
question for Vic. Do you actually mess around with your recipe a lot to get different buoyancies of your baits?
No, it all comes made that way. I've gone through, 3 different companies now, and I've actually have a company in Toronto that makes our own formula for us, and that was quite the process going through that. I think we went through about, I'm going to say about 12 gallons of material before we actually finalized what was actually going to work the best. Right. Right now we're working on a sinking formula, which is a lot easier to do, but the floating stuff was hard to get it just bang on perfect. So
like how many hours of engineering or research would you put into one bait, you figure? Like stuff that's proprietary to you, not like are you using your own molds? Are you making your own molds?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've a lot of the baits I've designed and right from a piece of a pencil and a piece of paper, just drawing up a diagram or a picture of the bait that I want to do. I send it off to my guy, and he does all his CAD CAM thing, and then I send it off to the machinist to have the machinist carve out the molds. So I get a big kick out of trying to design something because I look at all these different baits on the market, and I got a lot of ideas in my mind on how I could improve on it.
Can you make a bait for Sean McCall called the bearded jellyfish?
Bearded jellyfish. Oh yeah.
It'll straight catch.
That's like the Pro Paddle grub there. It's got a little bit of a ear action there on the tail.
It does.
So tell us about these new huyas. This is the one, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's the one,
Oh,
right?
that's the deadly.
The deadly Natalie. I knew that.
So what we've got here is the 3-inch Hoya. So basically, it's a solid body, a solid tube style body instead of your regular hollow body tube. A lot of tube guys, when they're throwing tubes, you get snagged, you get broke off. You got to retie the entire thing, or you have 2 or 3 of them already tied up. Mm-hmm. There's not very many companies in the industry who have an actual solid body tube style bait. There's some bigger ones in the industry that they make, but this is a finesse one. It's got a solid body. It's tapered on both ends, so you can actually rig this. Maximum hook size would be a 3-aught hook. And when you rig it with the taper of the body, you can have an exposed hook that is still weedless. So it's a weedless presentation. You're not going to get caught in all those rocks down at the bottom of the lake. You can throw it pretty much well wherever you want. And it's got a full float skirt on it. So when it's on the bottom of the lake, that skirt will float up and kind of do one of those.
Wait, do that again. Show us again.
Kind of do one of those.
Now, do you
Can I
ever
see that, Vic?
do you ever rig that the other way?
No, but when I posted it on one of my social media sites there, someone commented, "Hey, you rigged it the wrong way," and put a little crazy face or whatever. But you can rig it. You can rig
No,
it.
just asking if you ever
This is
have.
sweet.
No, I haven't tried it yet, but you can rig it however you want.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And a lot of our baits are multi-purpose baits. So we had the Snip It and Rip It series, where it's actually a bait that you can physically make 4 or 5 different baits out of one package of baits. So
Really?
depending on what you're going for or how you want to trim it down, you can do all kinds of stuff with it.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't seen from any other manufacturers is the snip it and rip it. Like that's a great idea.
That's a great line.
Out of one bait, you can make 4 or 5 different presentations?
4 or 5 different presentations. Like the paddle tail worm is where it all started. That was the first mold that I bought. And it's probably right now still the #1 selling bait that I have. And so you can actually take this bait. Could you do it to something similar? Sure, you could. but I kind of came up with the concept of it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you could, and it's more information for the anglers to use. They can buy one pack of bait and have the option of having 5 or 6 different presentations out of one pack of bait. So you can actually take the tail, you can cut it right off and just have your regular stick bait. You can take the paddle tail and put a 45-degree slice in it. So now you've got like a speed worm style of bait.
Mm-hmm.
You can cut the paddle tail into like a fork craw type tail. And you can cut it right down into a small little Ned rig too if you want. So that's the one that kind of we started out with anyway. So
where did the name ProWater come from?
I used to have a guide. I used to do a little bit of guiding too. It was called Tackle Techniques, and I wanted to put the tackle in there and the techniques, but it just didn't work out. And then I wanted to stay with I wanted to do ProWater plastics, but there's that word, plastics.
Right.
So we're sitting around the dinner table one night, and one of my friends said, "Hey, how about ProWater Baits?" And I went, boom, that was it. Right on to GoDaddy, registered the name, and that was it. That's where it came from.
Oh, daddy.
I like the packaging. I like it. It's clean. You got all your baits
and
up.
I like how the
Professional.
hook selection there too.
On the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hooks and weights to use for each bait. The only thing I kind of messed up on was the old barcode thing. I know
UPCs.
one of the retailers is giving me grief about that, and it's just one of those things that...
well, with the way the world's going, everyone's using a point-of-sale system.
Right.
We need
yeah.
UPCs.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
100%.
Get them in
yeah.
the system.
But now I got to run through about 50,000 of these bags before I get new ones. So I guess you get the stick-on ones too, right? So
Yep.
Is this a musky bait I can add to my collection?
So that bait right now is nameless. That has no name. John Doe.
It's called the Streamline.
I like the
And
John Doe.
it's got...
John Doe.
The John Doe.
I designed
That's wicked.
I designed that bait
The John Doe.
after our 4-inch magic minnow, which Mr. Mercer here has had some great success on. So basically, it's a giant version of the 4-inch magic minnow. And I designed it right from scratch, sent it to the guy. He did the CAD/CAM thing and went back to the machine shop. But it has absolutely insane side-to-side wobble.
Oh,
like it's
look at that.
almost,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
almost 90-degree wobble, and the tail actually twists completely around back and forth. So it's going to be, the action of it's absolutely crazy.
What colors?
I try and stick, the musky thing I'm not too sure of yet. Probably the brighter colors. And now I've got the new machine. I can do the laminate, so pearl belly with some orange and black and
How you rigging that?
such. That you can either do the through, what do you call it there? And you stick the line through. The line through. You can do a line through with treble hooks, or actually there's a company out of Belleville. They actually do make a great big jig head. It's like a 8-odd or 10-odd jig head that actually works pretty good on it. Exposed hook out through the top.
I've got like 10-aught, 11-aught swim bait hooks that are weighted in the keel. That
Yep.
would work awesome with that because I love giant swim baits.
Lake Fork.
Right.
Right? I love them.
So speaking of big swim baits, where do you think that game's going in Ontario?
The big swim bait game?
Yeah,
I think it's picking up.
It's picking up.
I
I
sure
think
is,
people
too.
are figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge down in the States, right?
Right.
And obviously different fisheries and stuff like that. But every year it's bigger swim baits come to the market. Swim bait action rods designed specifically for it. Like,
Right.
Is it working up here though yet? I don't throw any big swim baits. I've never really tried it. Be straight up.
No, we were throwing pretty big glidas down in Texas. And, we were catching bass that were like 3.5, 4 pounds too.
Yep.
Right? So I don't see them not hitting it here. Like, that was really cool too because the
How
shad
big?
spawn was going.
How big a glider?
I think they were 8-inch.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I believe they were 8-inch. They were
Might
the
have to
Livingston's.
throw John Doe for
Yeah.
some largies up.
Right?
I
Yeah.
think you should name it the John Doe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
love
what,
the name.
Dwayne Jacobs said.
Yeah, he
too.
did.
Yeah.
Did he say? I think that's the winner.
Yeah.
The John Doe.
That's
I think
a
it's
great name.
It's
I like
awesome. It's like dead man floating water, big musty gonna smash the John Doe.
That's it.
I freaking love it.
Right?
Yeah. I don't think you could top that.
Yeah.
I don't think you could top.
That's going to be a hard one to beat.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got one in mind, but
Well, what is it?
no, I can't.
Come
I can't
on.
say right now. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, the little one's called the Magic Minnow. So I was kind of hoping somebody would kind of pick up on that. And
What, call it the Magic Mike?
well, I did.
Where are you going with this?
You'll have all the baits flying out.
It is pretty big, you know. But
I'm more like a magic minnow.
somebody said Magic Mo. And I kind of like that because my last name's Morris, and I've always been called Vic Mo. And it's the Magic Minnow is the little one, so this is the Magic Mo. So I kind of like that one.
Yeah,
That's a good one,
decent.
too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Before the show, we named a bait for you, too. Before you came back in just now. We can't tell you yet, though. But we got a new bait name for you in June.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Don't we, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the old
Something like that. Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, speaking of baits, it's ice fishing season. I think it is out there at least. I can't really tell for the weather.
Yeah.
Do you guys ice fish at all? You guys?
Not really, no.
Do you make anything for ice
I
fishing? Vic?
do make some small panfish baits. I don't really market them that well, but they are on the website under ice fishing. Some of the other stuff you can use, like the 4-inch Magic Minnow, you can use it for ice fishing. The goby, 4-inch goby, you can use. Actually, the Hoya, you could probably use it also. I do have a smaller version of the goby. It's a 3.5, and this guy Steve, he buys a ton of them off me, and he just slays the whitefish on Simcoe with them.
Right.
Yeah, right on.
And it's kind of like a brownie pumpkin with a red fleck in it, and it works real good for him.
So
Nice.
I'm feeling bad. Like, so ice fishing is a huge part of our sport, right? Not everybody partakes in it, but more people actually ice fish, I believe, than fish in summer. Some statistic out there. I don't know.
It gives pretty well anybody
Right?
access.
Anybody
to
can
the lake,
access it.
right?
It's a
You
bigger,
don't need a
it's
boat
a
to
bigger
get out there.
industry
Yeah.
than the summer fishing.
100%.
from what I've
That's-
heard.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm seeing some of these hut operators though, like they're just got huts on the ice, and they're already talking about pulling them off tomorrow for the season because of the warm spell coming. Like then it's done, right? Because like Simcoe, I think the walleye and the whitefish closes March 1st, maybe something.
I believe
Well, you've
But-
got to have your huts off, I think, on Simcoe on March 1st.
March
do you
1st,
not?
yeah, or is it
Oh,
March?
yeah?
So we should know the rules, but I don't ice fish enough. I think it might be March 15th in the Corfus, or is it March 1st as well?
I don't really
Probably
know
the
anymore.
1st with the way the weather is. But I'm kind of feeling bad because these guides and operators, they have like 8 weeks to make that living.
Right.
And like you can't make it worth your while with 4 weeks. Like I talked to one of them, and it's got to be 8 weeks from like the profit standpoint for what they've got into it. They need the 8 weeks of like that's tough. That's a tough deal right now.
They're
being a
not
hut
doing it
operator.
this year, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, well, you're at the mercy of Mother Nature, right?
Like any
You'd be,
business, it's like agriculture, farming.
Like look at the
whatever.
look at the ski hill industry. I mean,
Yeah.
they'd be taking more of a pounding. I think. Well, no, I guess they could make snow and keep guys skiing, but still, it's another industry that loses a lot of money because of Mother Nature, right?
Yeah, it's the automobile industry. Mm-hmm. Might as well not even have a trail permit the way the trails are not opening, right? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for those hut operators because
Absolutely.
they keep a lot of those. It's not just that, like the bait stores, the tackle stores selling the live bait, the soft baits, whatever on your way to ice fishing. Like those guys they're throwing minnow, you know what I mean? Throwing minnows out. Like it's a bad deal. It's a bad deal for our industry. So go into one of those minnow shops, drop the guy $10, even if you're not fishing, and say thank you.
Right.
So he won't be there next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? And when it's booming, there's great money in selling minnows. There is, but it doesn't work for everybody, unfortunately, right? Especially right now, the way it's going.
Right.
So, but speaking of that, our friends at Taco Depot High Fall had that huge walleye fishing challenge on Quinte this week. Some huge fish caught. Minus 34 weather. They went out there and did that event.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, not this guy.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
So hats off to those guys that have been in the crew for pulling that off of.
I heard a 13-pounder won that derb.
I have no idea what
That's
won
a
it.
big walleye.
That's a big
That's
walleye.
a good size walleye.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That'd be my personal best.
Bay of Quinte. It's a great place. So a couple other things coming on the scene here. You guys are tournament anglers. What are you fishing this year?
Shootout.
Shootout?
Yeah, just to make the classic. Try to win a couple cars.
Want to win the cars.
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
So as an angler, you like that prize,
Yeah, it's good. You know what? Like the cars to me, it'll be
but the cash value
the cash
of it,
value of it is what Jack and I would.
I think
go
it's
for.
I think it's pretty cool to see a tournament organizer put that up. And I know what I liked about it wasn't one, it was two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
exactly.
Each
One
guy,
each.
right?
Yeah,
That not
one
like
each,
hey,
yeah.
you win the car, you split the prize. It was
Yeah.
It was one each. So
Nissan Versas, I believe they
Yeah.
are, right?
I heard a rumor it was like $16,000 a piece if you gave it
For your
back to the
buyback.
dealer, or your buyback.
Right.
So that's like a $32,000 prize. That's
Yeah, sure.
that's
It's
a-
Pretty
that's
good
a
for a
really good
classic
prize.
win.
Yeah.
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 That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
What are you fishing, Vic?
We're gonna do the shootout too. I'm not sure. We've got signed up for I think 6 out of the what's he got 10 or 12 now
Something
this
like that,
year,
yeah.
and we signed up for 6 of them. So I've been a big supporter of shootout. We sponsor them as well. So yeah, it was just I like fishing. I like to fish also. So making baits and fishing, just keep it going. And I might try and do a couple of CSFL ones too, and see what happens, just to kind of spread the product out there too, and do some representation.
What about Wangers derbies?
Oh yeah, the Ekbat. Actually, you know what? Pound for pound, that's probably the tournament everybody should be fishing.
Okay, tell me what I'm missing here.
The Elite Canadian Bass
Elite
Anglers.
Canadian, they're gonna have a booth at CanCast.
Right.
Gary's coming.
Yeah.
So he's got the payout part sorted out that the anglers all complain about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Where's the entries? What am I missing?
I think just
I don't
more
get
people
it.
need to know about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think they're like the core group of hardcore tournament guys. Everybody knows Wanger, right? Everybody knows those guys.
Like, that's the series a guy like me should be fishing in to be boat number 13, because I have 1 in 13 odds to win that prize right now.
Yeah.
Right? And it just
Yeah.
takes a couple foot to win it.
Yeah. Well,
Right? And
they've got some
Yeah.
good sponsors backing that throw cash in. Like they've got guaranteed payouts.
Yeah, they
right?
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no messing around with their payouts. When they say it's guaranteed, it's there.
guaranteed.
You got to check.
Well, look at the
all
Quinny. Look at the Quinny tournament they had. How many
Right.
teams they had? 8 teams, and the first place was $8,000.
$8,000.
Something like that.
$8 grand.
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
8
Like,
teams.
when I pick your boat up in June, I think I'm going to do that.
Right. I'm not getting rid of my boat. I'm having a baby boy, buddy.
Yeah, speaking of boats.
Hey?
Yeah.
I'm having a baby boy, so he's going to want the boat.
Speaking of boats,
Yeah,
Vic,
he will.
Opening
you're done fishing. Then.
You guys are killing me.
Vic, I got a line on a nice Rambler here for you. So tell us about your boat.
Gambler. Oh, well,
Sorry, Gambler. Did I say Rambler?
Rambler.
I'm rambling
That's
on.
an old AMC junker car, that one, the Rambler.
Look at this picture, buddy.
But
Guess
back
I'm-
in the day, there was a guy named...
Oh, that's cute.
oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's like the Dale Earnhardt edition, I think.
300 hours on it?
Wow. That's
gonna
not
buy
Mac-
a car?
That's not McIntyre's boat, is it?
No.
No.
It's for sale, though. I won't
it-
say the guy's name, but it's for sale if anybody wants that. I'll post a picture of it up.
That thing just
Really
looks
cool.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 300 Merc racing motor on it.
Oh, is it?
It's going to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 300 hours on it.
But what got me hooked into gambler boats was back in the day, there was a guy named Keith Smith. I think Mike Miller used to fish with him. And he had the red Gambler, the center console, like you sat right beside each other. A little bit different. But this thing, you could hear it coming from a mile away, and it would slap water just like that when it was coming.
Do that again?
Super, super fast. And it was like there'd be an island, and you'd hear this boat coming. That's the Gambler. Whoa, thing would fly by you doing like 90 miles an hour. Wow. And actually, I got a chance to fish with Keith and rode in one, and they are absolutely the Cadillac speedboat, Ferrari, Corvette boat of bass boats. I actually went down when I went down to Florida. I bought my first one in Michigan and then sold it and went back down to Florida and bought a 20-footer down there. Mm-hmm. I called up the guy from the factory, got Scotty G from Gambler on the phone.
Wow.
And he says, "Why don't you come home this way, drop by the factory, and we'll go over the boat." So I pull into the Gambler factory, and he comes out, him as mechanics. They look at the boat, they go all over it, and they say, "Yeah, it's a good boat."
That's awesome.
And took me for a tour inside the plant.
Sweet.
And the most unique thing about the boat is it has a triple knee brace system in the back of the boat. So the transom, you don't even have to have the top deck on the boat, and the motor will still be supported on the transom. It's like a triple knee brace that runs the entire length of the boat.
Oh, wow.
Really,
Yeah,
eh?
super cool design.
Yeah, they're sweet boats. I rode in your old one with you. We fished a derby.
Yeah.
We fished a shootout.
Sturgeon.
Yeah,
When we finished that tournament.
Biff, you got big fish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You
got
ever
big
race
fish.
Dave Hercock?
No.
No.
I haven't got it propped right yet. Mine's supposed to run 80, but you know what? At 72, it gets scary because there's only like 6 inches of boat in the water. Like, it's insane.
All right, let's go back to that derby. So Vic's a topwater nut. You are.
Oh yeah.
Or at least you were that day.
Caught my first.
So-
What got me hooked on fishing is I caught my first fish on a topwater, 4.5 pound largemouth with my dad. We went up the Okefenokee on Ketchikoma Lake where our cottage was, and that's what got me hooked on.
Wait, you had a cottage on Ketchikoma?
Ketchikoma, yeah.
So did
for
I. Did growing up too.
16 years, yeah.
Really? What part of the lake?
Do you know where the public beach on the north
Yes.
shore?
Yeah.
So 2 bays over, there was like a Whale Island Bay. It was a great big granite rock that looked like a whale. And then the next bay over, there was one great big huge granite boulder that just sat right in the middle of the bay.
Yep.
That's where we were right there.
Really?
Put the fins on and the snorkel and mask and go swimming around.
Oh, man.
And watch all the fish when I was
That's
like,
cool.
I missed
8
that
years
place
old.
so bad. Grew up on it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Family sold the cottage when my parents split. And just
Whereabouts were you on the lake?
so basically, the Ketchikoma landing.
Yeah.
Directly across from it. We built it, cleared the lot as kids, slept in tents and tent trailers for 10 years, and my family finally built the cottage, and then
The Pearsons owned it, I think, when we were.
the landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through a
Pearsons.
few people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but great place to grow up.
Yeah.
And that's where I started fishing out of my grandfather's tin boat, which we still
really?
have.
Tin boat.
And then we did OKBT did a kayak derby on it 2 summers ago, and I'm like, I know where to go. I didn't catch a damn fish that day.
Yeah.
It was tough fishing. I think I caught 2.
It is
But,
tough fishing up there.
It is tough fishing up there, right? For that lake. It's not like every other lake in the Corpus.
Yeah.
But let's go back to topwater. Tell us
Sturgeon.
about that custom rod. You had a custom rod with like a pistol grip.
Oh, I love throwing a topwater bait, and I even throw topwater when there's like 2-foot rollers on.
What
the
kind of
lake.
top water are we talking about? Are we talking like a hollow belly or something like a hard bait? Or
No, like a popper,
screw?
Yeah,
popper
you're throwing a
style
popper,
bait.
yeah.
And the trick is to, well, I shouldn't say this, but I mean,
give
everybody
it up.
knows anyway.
Just one rule
It's
about
like
coming on the podcast. You have to give away
Spill
at
it.
least one
an
secret.
extra large white feather, like a real white feather, and just let it sit there. And I even throw a popper when there's 2-foot waves out there. And when the rollers come in, the bait goes down to the bottom, and you pop it then, and it comes back up, and they come up and hammer it. I had a lot of success throwing a popper.
You know,
that
it's,
way.
that's when I was fishing on sturgeon. Sorry, with Dwayne Gonzalez. We saw activity out in the way, and we couldn't figure out what they were busting on. They weren't minnows or anything like that. We actually went over there with the trolling motor, and they were busting on like seagull feathers.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Cool.
We
Yeah.
couldn't catch them, but we saw them.
So anyway, when I throw topwater, I always find that a regular rod, it always when I pop it, it gets caught right here on my on those big pythons right there.
Right.
So,
big wings.
So I use the pistol grip. Pistol grip, just one hand, pop. But when you get a 4.5 or 5 pounder on, it's a little bit tricky, but it's a lot of fun. It just with Dwayne Jacobs, pistol grip Pete was a guy back in the day. All he used was pistol grip rods. But I searched everywhere, high and low, to try and find a pistol grip rod, and Berkeley actually still makes one, cork handle, laminated fiberglass, and it's just a wicked little rod. But
Oh, yeah?
I found them at. Where was it? Up in Aurelia there. Tremblay Tackle. Bought 3 of them.
I bet
They
you.
were like $59. Snapped one right away, and I
Sold.
still got the other 2.
I bet you at CanCast, you go to the swap section, you'll find a pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
The old Beastmaster, eh?
Beastmaster, yeah. You got a few of those off you,
I
yeah.
collect those, yeah.
Yeah, that's sweet. So, Mercer, you're a smallmouth guy. Am I right on that?
Yeah, a bit. I can do both, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're going to do one or the other. What are you doing?
Ooh. Like for the rest of my life, or
That's one or the other.
You pull up on tournament day and you know this lake could go either way for a win, buckets or smallies. Which one are you going to chase?
it's honestly it's going to depend on the lake. If you're going to Rice Lake, you're not fishing buckets.
Yeah.
You go
But
to
if it could go both ways,
But if it could go
there's the
both ways.
opportunity,
like
10 years ago.
10 years ago, you're fishing buckets.
Buckets.
But like you look at Quinny, I would go like fish both. Like it's such a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
I love catching smallmouth though.
Yeah.
So
You a Rice Lake guy? Like
I live close to Rice Lake. I've done well on it and I've sucked on it.
You spend much time on Lake Ontario?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my goal this year. I want to do that early season for sure.
I would love to.
The early
I
season
didn't do it last year,
lights
yeah.
out. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be a blast. Absolute
Yeah.
blast.
I'm in.
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna make some time for that this year because
Yeah, you have to make time, but
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
I'm going to make time to fish, period. That's my only goal. Fish.
You should, when people call you, you should go with
all the time. It's real. Dude. I honestly, I'm
You
not
should
making
take the invite.
Yeah.
Not that. I work a little too much and kids and it's just
How many times did I have to bug you to get you to go fishing?
A million. Him too.
Yeah.
Him. Like Andrew all the time. Like he's right down the road. Hey, you want to? It's not that I don't want to. It's like can't. It's like
Yeah, well, Mark and I actually had this conversation on the way here today. We were like, Kyle's Mr. No Days Off.
Yeah. You're a hard-working young man, buddy.
No, it's a little too. I've got a little bit too much going on right now because of the travel schedule. I was in Vegas, right to the boat show, and then back. And when I'm back home, like you're working, you're doing your normal job, planning the fishing show. Obviously, doing this with you guys. I was in Ottawa this weekend. I'm off to Calgary this weekend. Right home to spring fishing show. Then
Got cows at home.
A few days there, off to Garmin for a week, and then it just keeps going, right? And then we got Sportsman, Bassmaster Classic, CanCast. Can't wait for that.
I know.
And I'm going to take a few days off. Actually, I won't take, right after the show, I won't take a few days off because that's when I'll be next year's show.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a few days off. And cows, and it's no one's fault but my own, and I got the YOLO Tech thing happening too, and some other cool, exciting projects that me and Tim have, and it's just been a crazy start to 23. It's just been crazy, but I'm grateful for it because it just means like cool things are happening. I get to work with great people, like all you guys, and do fun stuff, and it's just, you know what I mean? Like it could be worse, right?
Yeah,
that could be a lot worse.
There's times, and the only thing I'm upset about, I don't know why we're getting all sentimental on this podcast. The only thing is I feel like my kids are missing out right now. I'm missing my kids, and my kids are missing out right now.
Sure,
I haven't once this winter pulled my kid around on the toboggan, haven't done anything fun with her. Like, you know what I mean? And that is becoming a problem.
Well, you're building them a pretty good future, pal.
So, but
you are.
But that's tough. So this year, the whole thing is I got my tournaments in the calendar already. So Leanne and me are already working on babysitters for those weekends. Seems like all my friends want to get married this summer. That's an issue. We got another wedding invite tonight. And it's on the weekend that I'm supposed to fish Simcoe, and then the next day Cooch.
Oh no.
And I said no. I said I can't. I said I love these people, they're great people, but like I'm like, Leanne, like for me it is work. We're presenting that event at Under Armour, and I've had it in the calendar for 3 months. Like I just like I said to her, like eventually we need to start saying no, like not on all the weddings but all the birthdays and this, because if not we're not gonna have any time for ourselves ever. Right, because we're at that age where it's just like every weekend someone wants you somewhere.
Right.
Well, I ended up taking a 10-15 year break to raise our family. And, I was okay with it. We had the cottage on Lower Buckhorn. I did a little bit of guiding and stuff there to kind of fit the dwell there. And,
you raised a couple of studs.
They're beauties.
Good old country boys they are.
Is Blake still an arborist? Your boy?
Oh yeah, you know what? Hats off to the kid, man, because I really know what he's like, and he told me he wanted to be an arborist. And I said, "There's no way in hell you're going to be able to be an arborist. You're not going to be able to take it." He loves it and climb. That's all he wants to be is a climber. He wants to climb and cut. He doesn't want to be the ground guy or anything like that. And Victor, he's a plumber.
He wants to make the mess instead of cleaning it up.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a funny story.
I get it.
So he came and cut a tree for me, right?
I was there.
Yeah.
So you did. You showed up later.
Yeah.
So anyways, we had all these dead trees. So I cut a bunch down myself, and I think it was a tall one or widowmaker. There was something bad about it. So I'm like, I need someone knows what we're doing. So Vic came up and brought Blake. But I love chainsawing. I'm a farm boy. We chainsaw. We clear all our own stuff. The cottage. I cut one of those trees, and the blade jammed, or the bar. You know what I mean? That got stuck in the tree. I couldn't get it out. The tree was leaning, like it was gonna go down on the neighbors. And I had some brilliant idea, and I go in my garage. I had my dad's skid steer at the time because I was doing some landscaping, and I got 100 feet of rope. I got it around this tree. Wow. Literally back out on the road to pull this tree the other way to get off my barn. It's probably not funny at all the way I'm telling it, but it was stupid. I'm like, I'm gonna call Blake for the next one.
He actually taught me a thing about a chainsaw. It was the chain brake. Like he uses it 99% of the time.
Yep.
Really?
As soon as his hands off
Always.
the throttle, brake.
Always.
I've never used it.
There is
once, never.
Being good on a chainsaw is a skill.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we all think we run, but you watch an arborist that knows what they're doing, run a saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable.
Know quite a few arborists actually.
Yep.
Yeah. I always thought that'd be a cool living. I'd be into that. I think that'd be fun.
My other son, he's a plumber now, and he just him and his girlfriend just
He did
bought
some
a-
work for me too.
Yeah, that's all you know, eh?
Yeah. They do good work.
Him and his girlfriend just bought a house out in Cochrane, Ontario, Alberta.
Oh, yeah?
Or sorry, Cochrane, Alberta. And
Really?
it's a big move for them, man. Brand new build, and so he'll have a little eye opener on the reality of what life's really.
When's he going out there?
It was supposed to close in April, but I think they pushed it off to August. And I think the reason is that movie Yellowstone. Apparently the next series is filmed in Cochrane, Alberta.
Really?
I think
Really,
I
eh?
think that's maybe why they postponed the build. I don't know. That's my speculation on it anyway. But
That's a great show.
yeah,
So-
it's awesome.
Yellowstone's got pull.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it does. That's
I'm
a
really
great
digging the 1923.
Yep.
That's the best
Yeah?
one yet. Yeah. I mean, I wish it was that easy just become governor and save my farm. But I don't feel like it is.
Right?
Oh, you look like a governor.
Yeah. Yeah. After this life, I'm totally running for mayor in Port Hope.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
just start
It's
calling
not
you Gov.
hard.
It's not hard.
No. You
Does
have a pulse,
Elizabeth
you're-
have a mayor?
Yeah, Bob.
Elizabeth
Bob.
will? Yeah, I
Bob.
guess, yeah.
Come
Yeah,
on.
I don't go against Bob.
Yeah, I would never run against Bob. Bob's the man.
Yeah.
Bob has a sweet boat too. Yeah.
Bob does have a
So
sweet
speaking
boat.
of
Yeah, he
boats,
does.
though, you guys are the perfect examples of like, you don't need to spend 150 grand to do good in derbies and have a great boat. Like, you had that wicked Ranger,
Yeah.
right? You sold Spencer
Yeah.
with the pole. I think it was sick. Like, you got
That
all
was
the
a-
carpet.
it was a sweet boat, yeah.
You got a Rambler, which very reasonable price.
Gambler.
Oh, why do I keep saying that? Why do I keep saying that? That's
Because
bad.
you're the governor.
Yeah. So you got a sweet Gambler. I'm gonna own one here too soon after I firm up on this.
I need some more details on that boat.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a good friend of mine. I'll send it to you.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll hook you guys up. But like, you don't need to. I think guys get suckered into like, hey, I can't show up at an event because I don't have a nice flashy boat.
Look at up until like 2 years ago, mine was an 86.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, you know, I took care of it. I did the carpets and,
Yeah.
you know, treated it good and kept it clean.
You
And
did
it looked
some
great.
custom work to it too.
Yeah, I did. Extended the deck. Did all kinds of stuff to that boat.
Yeah.
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 But I had it for like 13 years.
I want to see more projects. I want to see people send us cool stuff. Like, go on Mercer Marine's new Instagram. Did you
yeah.
Facebook too?
Not yet. I only started.
You know what? I think Facebook's maybe Woody can chip in. I think Facebook's dying.
You think so?
Yeah,
It is so
that's
hard
what
to get
the page
anywhere
said.
on it unless you're spending money. It's just like it gets buried and it's just ads.
Yeah.
It is ads.
I think
Yeah,
it's dying.
I noticed that too.
I really think it's dying. That's
Yeah.
my opinion. Let's talk to a few people on it. I think
The
it's
old
dying.
Book of Faces.
I think the Book of Faces, which was originally started as a dating site in college, I think it's dying. So, anyways, but you have some sweet projects on that page already that you've been working on. You know,
Yeah.
carpets and older boats and
Yeah, a lot of guys with older boats like to fix them up. Like we said earlier, you put the new carpet on it, and you get in the boat the first time in the water, and you're like, because I've done it, and it's like, man, this thing's nice. Like
Yeah.
You feel good.
you feel good
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
You like
yeah.
you roll up to the ramp, and it's like you're proud of your boat again. Like my old girl, my old Ranger, it was awesome. I bought it in 2008, my first boat, and it was getting tired. The gel was tired. We wrapped it. We made it look nice. But you'd pull up to the ramp with it all redone. It's like, you know what? I'm pretty proud of this thing. Like I
Right.
did all the work on it myself. It looked great. It ran great. And
Yeah, it did.
Sean's been in it, and we've been in some big waves. And that old like the 3 Series Ranger boats, I don't think you'll find another boat that rides like those.
yeah, that's sweet. And still
Yeah,
still running around here. that
Yeah, it
boat.
is. Yeah, Spencer's doing some big mods on it.
Yeah, we came down some pretty hairy stuff in Queenie one day.
Yeah, we did.
And I remember sitting in that boat going, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah,
I'd rather be in this boat than any other boat, I think, right now.
yeah. It was.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that's sweet. No, I just think like I've been doing some I did some boat shopping.
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
I did. Remember last episode I said I was going to the boat show?
Were you looking at a
Oh, yeah,
Were you
yeah.
looking at a Rambler?
Yeah, the Kyle Crothers. No.
He just
you
wants to say
buying, governor?
Ranger.
Yeah. Not gonna say it. But there's a good chance there'll be a boat in the driveway.
Really?
A Red Ranger.
Does Leanne know?
Oh yeah. Honestly, my wife doesn't care at all what I do.
You had to call and ask permission.
No, she doesn't care. I'd never once had her. I do need to tell her we're gonna buy a tractor this week though.
Wait a second, a tractor and a boat.
Well, the tractor is like a necessity to live with our laneway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As we found out this winter and multiple people stuck. I told the Nexicom guy out today after he installed my internet.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I just buried his van right in my driveway. I was like,
Oy.
yeah. So it just drifts, right? It's insane. Feeding cows. Anyways, that story from another time. That's not fun. That's like a expense.
Right.
Right? I got this business plan where the cows are going to pay for my tractor.
Right.
Oh, right on.
Right? I had it all figured out that I can do this much cattle and the tractor's paid for.
Right.
Nice.
And then so anyways. But yeah, I went bow shopping. Yeah. Me and Warren, we took a walk around. And I went with Tim. And then anyone who wanted to go boat shopping, want to go look? Hey, you want to leave the booth for like 2 minutes? Let's go boat shopping. There's some deals,
Right on.
man. There's some good stuff. Crazy show for electronic sales, record show.
I heard that. I heard it
And
was good.
going back, so what they're finding, though, boat sales down though. And I think it's going back to what you guys are saying. Guys are going, you know what? I'm okay with this boat. I'm going to throw some carpets. I'm going to retrofit it and put some new electronics on it.
Carpets and seats, man.
Like even a spec'd out Skeeter, like the base model, is it ZX or
The FXR.
No, I
No,
think it's
no,
that's the
ZX
base.
is
so
the base.
whatever it is? Apologize. Like even it, like its price tag at like 115,000 or something, right? Like
Aye.
it's nuts. It's changing. Sports changing, right? Interest rates 8%. Like what do you do, right?
Yeah.
So, but I think you're gonna see a lot more of those old boats. And I always tell a guy, like everyone always thinks about the boat, but nothing makes it better than when it sits on a nice trailer too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Paint
yeah.
the trailer,
Nice set
nice
of
wheels,
rims.
good
Yeah.
rims, new lights. Like it's not hard. That's all easy stuff.
Yeah.
You go see the guys at
I did
OK
it.
Tire. Vinny will hook you up with some tires for it, rims, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big sponsor of CanCast. Thanks, Vinny. So,
Yeah.
okay.
I was thinking about redoing the carpet in my boat, and then
I know a
my
guy.
fishing partner, Tim Harper,
Yeah.
his wife, she's an avid cleaner. She does cleaning contracts and stuff like that. She came down with this little Bissell machine, and she whipped that carpet up, and it actually looks like brand new carpet now.
Wow.
Shaving cream
Really,
shit.
I don't know how long it's going to stay all fluffed up. You're walking around on it, mat down, but man, did she ever do a killer job on that. Some of the Triple F scent was stained right into the carpet, coffee stains, other stains. And, she lifted every stain out of that carpet you could
Really,
find.
eh?
And
Wow.
it looks just awesome. So no new carpet for me. I'm happy with it.
Terry Monroe, you know that? name?
Anyway.
Yeah, I think he owns Core for carpet cleaning. They'll
Yes.
come right to your house with their machines, clean your boat in your driveway, carpet clean it.
Really?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah,
I did not
that's
know
pretty
that.
cool. I believe I got that company name right. But yeah, Terry's a good guy. I haven't seen him in a couple of years, but beauty. Nice Ranger himself. Real nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. So
Good one.
couple
Newish.
things too. I want to get back to some tournament series here, and I know we kind of been bobbing around tonight, but hey, we're just a bunch of guys shooting the shit, right? The Bait Fuel Tour. You know anybody fishing it?
Yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah.
would think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
You know what's cool?
I haven't seen like a list of
list,
anything
yeah.
yet.
So you know
but
what's
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
It's, I believe, the same as Renegade. You got to sign up for all of them.
So you know what's cool?
You can't cherry pick.
You know what's cool about that company, Bait Fuel, American Bait Works, is actually a Canadian company, right?
Right.
You know, it's owned by Canadians,
Yeah.
and that's one company that whether you're doing Set the Hook, Bait Fuel, Freedom, Net Bait, you know, all the brands under that umbrella. There's more that supports the sport up here and in the States. But they're dumping a ton of money back into
Yeah,
it.
big time.
Bait Fuel Series, their sport on Shootout, Thousand Island Opens is all going to be funded by them. Like, you know, that's one company. When you support them, you're doing much like yourself, Vic. You're supporting Canadian companies. Your whole network is people in Canada you're working with. Canadian companies, Canadian jobs. Like, it's pretty cool, right? So that's one thing I wanted to mention. I was talking to Jason, and he made that point. I'm like, you know what? That's a good point. So that's always cool to see that kind of stuff happening. So what about you two? You going to fish a tournament this year?
I'll just do the club stuff and the qualifier.
So you
On
guys,
rice.
Oh, it is on rice.
I believe it's on rice, yeah.
I was debating about doing that, but I know it's probably not worth for me to do because I won't have time to go do the next step, even if I qualified.
Yeah, you should be able to. You should make sure that you're able to go down to the.
That's what I'm saying.
down step, you know, before.
No, like, yeah.
because that's kind of
That's
the
what I mean.
prize here, right?
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
point in me doing, even though I'm like, oh, it's on rice, my home body a lot, but there's no point in me, you know, unless
No.
they really needed a boater because of a like that's a different story, right? But so yeah, I thought about it. It'd be cool.
I like doing it. It's fun.
Yeah,
Fun weekend.
Okay, guys, Another exciting thing coming up for the CanCast show. April 2nd, by the way. Who's going?
I'll be there.
ProWater Baits.
Yeah, you got a big
Oh,
booth.
there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Vic's
double wide.
Yeah, Vic's bringing the 10x20.
Oh yeah.
What up?
Go get yourself some.
Full,
You've been pouring like
full
mad.
product line. I can't wait to abuse that machine. That new machine I got,
Yeah?
I'm going to abuse it this week.
So-
next week, yeah.
We're full right now, but if someone drops out, I do have a waiting list, but we could bump Mercer Marine to the top.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gonna have a booth,
Should
bud?
be in
we
there.
got to get some products going.
Carpet installs, bud.
Yeah, do them at the show.
Yeah.
Just
Carpet
show your
installs.
face, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
So our friends Peterborough Pro Tackle, they have came up with an awesome VIP experience giveaway.
Well,
that
this
they're
sounds
promoting with
good.
us.
Yeah, it is.
And when these guys go in on something, they go all out. And they came to me with this idea. And I'm like, yeah, 100%. We're in. This is awesome. So the VIP experience at the CanCast show, presented with Peterborough Pro Tackle, you get 2 free tickets. So for you and a friend, you get into the show. Free line pass with early entry. You get to go in the show early. You get to walk around. Not buy, but you're going to know where you want to be.
You're gonna window shop.
Get a chance to be in the Peterborough booth.
Right.
You're going to get 2
Planner route.
You get lunch covered, courtesy of CanCast. We're going to hook you up with lunch. We're going to take care of you for the day. You get 2 $100 gift cards to the Peterborough Pro Tackle.
All right.
You're going to get 2 prize packs, courtesy of Peterborough Pro Tackle and the brands they're working with. And, like, you mean prize packs, like, it's a prize pack. It's not going to be like a pack of baits. It's going to be like,
Yeah.
I bet
The
you
real
it's going to be hundreds of them. It's going to be good. These guys don't mess around. And then 2 paid entries to our main show raffle, which we will touch on more. So go over to Peterborough Pro Tackle and CanCast Fishing, like this post, and tag who you would bring with you, and you get entered to win this for February. And there's another one coming up in March. So, like I said, this is freaking awesome.
That's really, you win, you're taking your buddy too. It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be amazing.
know?
Like lunch
Or your wife.
prize
I would
packs.
sell half of it to my buddy.
So go over, guys. Check them out. The Peterborough Pro Tackle page. The contest is there. It's going to be on our page as well. And like it. And we really appreciate it. And so those fine folks is them and many other retailers, all vendors are putting so much in to make this show possible. And I always say, like, we might promote the show and organize it. The vendors are the show. It's partnership. It's partnership. Everybody's got to this all has to make sense for all of us. That's how I look at it as a show promoter. And everybody's really coming to bat this year. It's been awesome. So check that out for sure. So my question is, if you won, Sean, would you take Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Vic, who you taking? Who you taking, Vic?
If I win,
Yeah.
I'll be there already.
No. But if you weren't there, who's your fishing buddy? Would you take your partner?
Yeah, because it ended up being a battle between the 2 boys, so I'd have to take my partner. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
Old
look at
Tim
Vic.
Harper.
I just look at Vic Jr. and be like, "Puh, you're gone in August. Forget it."
We took the hiatus from fishing tournaments there. We fished together from day one back in the 80s, and it was a lot of fun. And when we finished up, I literally hadn't talked to Tim in probably 15 years, and then it maybe went on to about almost 20. And I called him up out of the blue when I got the Green Gambler, and I called him. I said, "Harp, Vic, how you doing?" "Not bad, man. How's it going?" It's like nothing ever changed, right? He said,
Right.
Do you want to get back into tournaments?" He goes, "I've been waiting 20 years for this phone call, man."
He's a beauty.
Right on.
Actually, I got something I want to talk about. Have you ever had to like break up with a fishing partner?
Break up.
Like, hey, I don't want to fish tournaments with you anymore.
Yeah, but not in a bad way.
Not- that's
just
mean.
it didn't work for
But
me
you-
anymore.
But you hear
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it going bad for some people. Like,
Yeah.
friendships ruined over it. You ever been
yeah.
in that situation like that? Anybody?
Still friends. Yeah.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be in that situation, really.
Like,
I've had some pretty good partners over the years. Like I've fished with Joey Ford when I first got into it. Then
Yeah.
I fished with Chris Tatosco. I got to fish with Ian West. Like
Yeah.
I've had some pretty good partners.
some
right?
fun. You wouldn't get in a boat with anybody unless you thought you were gonna have a good time.
Yeah, no, it's never come to the knuckles, man.
We've never fished a tournament together. What does that tell you?
I want to
There's
still
no
be
way
your
I'm
friend.
spending 8 hours in a boat with this.
No, I just wondered, like, you see some situations, like, it goes bad, right? Guys
Yeah.
don't
I've seen
talk
it
to
go
each
bad.
other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or like,
go bad.
you know, how do they
Yeah.
bridge the subject? Like, hey, man, like, I like you, but I'm going to fish with him next year. Like, I just would like to see what goes on behind the scenes. There's probably some,
Well, I think there's different types of guys that they take it so seriously.
Yeah.
See, I don't take it super seriously. I love going out there and seeing all the guys and going out and fishing for the day. Come back in. If you whack them, you whack them. If you don't, whatever.
You're
right?
still out
Yeah.
for the
No
day,
big
right?
deal. But some guys go out there, and if they don't whack them, it's their back, their boat's on the trailer, and they're out
And it's
there.
all it's all his fault or your fault.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't work well with that,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Well, I start the day wanting to catch them, but if it's not working, as long as you're having a good day, it is. What
yeah,
it
like
is.
I've seen you shit the bed more and come in with a smile
The
on your
last
face.
4 or 5 times we've gone out, I've smoked you.
On
You
a
beat me by, like,
dinger.
Smoked you on a dinger. Who was throwing a dinger?
Yeah,
Hey,
but
who
You got to
was
start throwing
a
the
dinger?
ProWater
What are you
Baits
throwing this year?
I refuse to throw a dinger with him
You
in the
didn't-
boat.
you didn't that day.
That's his deal, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right? Oh, that's what I'll whip
True
him
story.
on this year. Bring
Well.
him to the, oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Bring it on. I'll be throwing this.
I don't deserve to have a good fishing partner because I'm a forgetful person.
Oh,
I'm actually not. I'm sharper as heck than hell. But I forgot. I didn't forget. I kept having plans to do our contest. We owe a lot of good people out there a raffle tonight. We owe 2 raffles. We're going to make up for it right now in the air. We're going to pull them both.
oh, really?
Yeah.
So which
So I-
raffles are you talking
So
about?
I apologize. I'm late on the Geiger Tech Pro Mount, 4-inch Pro Mount that Tim gave us.
Oh, wow.
Oi.
We got a lot of names in for that one.
Yeah.
And I'm late on the awesome Muskie Maniacs prize pack from a couple
Oh,
shows
the rain
ago.
jacket
Yeah.
and the hat.
Uh-huh.
We're going to spin some
And-
names. So,
And who else are you late on? And
Oh yeah.
where's my cooler bag?
I just haven't been to the bait bunker yet. That's just no one's fault of mine. But you're my witness, Sean. The names are in there.
Click to spin.
Everybody can see it. So this one is for the Muskie Maniacs raincoat. All right. Let's see what happens. I don't know if this will work without Wi-Fi. Here we go.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Here we go. Mercer and Vic are watching. You are the witnesses. It is going to be Jesse McMullen. Congratulations, buddy. We'll message you right there. Let's check it out. Let's hold that up to the screen. I don't know if you can see that. Everybody's name is in there. If you had multiple entries, we're in there more than once. Jesse, we're going to get in touch with you, buddy. You won the Muskie Maniacs prize pack. Big thanks to those guys for putting that up, too.
That's a great jacket.
man,
Yeah, that's
him.
a sweet
Awesome.
jacket.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
All
happy
right.
with that.
We're going to
Congrats,
see if
man.
I can get the next group of names in here for the Geiger Tech mount. Geiger Tech, this stuff's badass. Oh, I see some names in there. I know.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Just bear with me here, everybody
Catching
listening.
on.
I'm just moving all the names to the next wheel. Gotta delete these ones. I saw Sean Quinn's name in the Muskie Maniacs one.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. Witness that the names are all in there. There's a whole list here. It goes further, but you see names, right?
Yeah.
You guys are good at this? I don't want anybody messaging me saying, hey.
I didn't see my name.
All right, here we go.
Spinner winner.
This is for the Geiger Tech mount. It's like a $400 mount.
Yep.
Spinning?
You get a Mercer Marine install.
Yeah, you should.
Oh,
That'd be a good prize.
Vince Tripp. Vince, there you go, buddy. Congrats.
Sweet.
We'll get Geiger Tech to mail that out to you. Big thanks to Tim and Joanne at Geiger Tech for always supporting us. Guys are awesome people.
Yeah, they are.
Freaking wicked.
Two really
Awesome.
good
Okay,
guys.
Vince. Congratulations, buddy. And I apologize again for being late on that, but I appreciate everybody entering that. That's wicked that we have sponsors and vendors coming to the show that put this stuff up. So pretty sweet. So thank you guys very, very much. Lots to talk about at the trade show. I think next episode is going to be absolutely jam full of vendor list. All that good stuff is going to be huge. But before we wrap up with you guys, we got the Daiwa Q&A session. So I got a few questions for you guys. You got a few questions?
All kinds of
I'm
questions.
sure. Yeah, they always come up.
All right.
They always come up.
Great.
Now we can wing it as we go.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Were you guys nervous before you came?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was sweating bullets there. For,
I think you did
for
good,
The first
bud.
5 minutes, you know.
I would buy your
It's
base.
it was just that the throat got a little choked up. That's all, but not uncomfortable. But just
You were that happy to be here. You
Just-
got all like
I
clamped.
was almost gonna. almost gonna cry.
Okay. Mistakes every new boat owner makes before getting on the water. Give us one.
Ramp etiquette.
Oh, that's a big one.
I actually have a good story about this. We were on Skoogog, my dad and I. After work one night, Caesarea ramp. if you know the ramp. You know the ramp.
Yep.
Yep.
So we're there, and there's a marina there
Yep.
showing somebody how to put their boat in the water. And they back it in just about into the water, and then they start taking the straps off. They start taking the cover off. And I'm like, man, you're a marina. Like,
Yeah.
Show
out-
these people what to do.
Stay out of the way, get your boat ready, back it in when you're ready to go in. And that's
Right.
my biggest thing is like when we put our boats in the water, it's quick. Like
Yeah, you
they're
want-
in and out quick.
Stage your boat first.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Well away from the ramp.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to see boats go. You go to a bass boat derby
Yeah.
or a bass derby, and
Yeah.
you watch those guys
Yeah.
in and out, man. They'll launch 100 boats inside of an hour.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and here's your ProWater Baits fun fact for backing up your boat. So if your hand's on top of the steering wheel, backing up is backwards. So you put your hand on the bottom of the steering wheel, whichever way you turn, that's the way your boat's going.
Absolutely.
there you go.
ProWater
Yeah.
Baits fun fact.
Yeah.
Lunker Louie. I like it. Okay. Mistakes every new angler makes with their tackle management.
They don't buy enough ProWater Baits.
There you go. Yeah.
I could go on about semi-pro anglers and their tackle storage. My partner, Jack Morgan, fishing a long time. Guy's an absolute hammer. You go in his boat and you're digging through like Bridgenorth sport bags, Gagnon's bags. It's like he's like, oh, it's in the black bag in the back corner. And you're like,
Yeah.
Crazy at the bags.
yeah. Oh, that's like Sean McCall's boat too. So.
Yeah.
Are you unorganized? Because you're a very organized person.
Well, no. Well, it all depends. Well, this is my thing.
No, talk to me, Goose.
So I'm organized, and I like to keep all my stuff organized. But I also like to go shopping like right before I go fishing. So I don't have enough time to organize all the stuff I bought. So I'll have 2 or 3 black bags.
Okay, why do we do this as anglers? It's like, hey, I'm going fishing tomorrow. I should probably go to the tackle store. And even though I got way more than enough stuff, it's like, I gotta go spend $100. Why?
That's good to do.
It is
Support.
good. It's really good for the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with what's the word I'm looking for? Confidence,
Yeah.
right? I think that's a big part of it.
Like you think
You want to do what you want to do.
you like kind of mind. Can't say the word on the air, but you know, you kind of like you're in your head that if I go and buy that bait, like even if it's just tied on, it's like I'm gonna catch something.
Yeah.
You know what my wife used to say to me? She used to say I had so much rubber, I had more than a condom factory. As far as baits. Like I'd buy baits, all kinds of baits. Then I'd take them, tear them apart, and weld them all back together and make something different.
Right.
Yeah.
She said, man, you got more rubber than a condom factory.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a huge Rubbermaid bin at home that is just all baits that if I ever want to melt them down, and I can't.
Oh, I got 6.
Sean
6
visited
totes.
me at my trailer. You had a tournament the next day when he was going to be the non-boater, I believe. I don't think you had to. No, you did not have your boat with there, right? He set up one of those big, like, fold-out gray tables, you know, the plastic ones, the 8-footers,
Yeah.
and he had tackle laid out everywhere, rods everywhere. Remember that?
Yeah.
What a mess.
What do you mean?
It was a mess.
I was tying my
Dude, you're
rods.
going fishing
No,
for
super
largemouth
organized.
the next day, and he's got, like...
That's so fun. I go to my garage and I set up a table. I just
Yeah.
start spreading stuff out. Exactly how I do
It's
it.
fun playing with your baits, and I've gone back and forth between the bags in a bag, in a tackle bag,
Yeah,
versus the Plano boxes. I've gone back and forth on that several times since I've been fishing, and I still don't. This year, I'm going back to the Plano boxes instead of
Yeah.
having everything in bags.
So
Not only I save on my bags, but
So you're going to put them straight in the Planos. You're not going to have them in the bag at all.
correct.
What about for
Yeah.
scent? What do you think?
Yeah,
that does for
are they
scent,
going to be
though?
like those
It's
sealing ones?
It's infused right into the
bait.
into the manufacturing process of the bait. Yeah, it's right in there,
So we solved that myth.
and it's a
so
a
it's
water.
not dipped later.
No.
It's like actually
No,
made.
little bits put on later as the
Yeah.
liquid, the
Yeah.
oil just helps
Yeah, yeah.
preserve the bait in the bag and stops it from sticking together.
Yeah.
But the actual scent that we use is a water soluble scent, and it's infused directly right into the bait while I'm making it. So it's always in there. Never wears out. And it's a water soluble scent. And there's a big debate over that oil versus water soluble because the oil floats to the surface.
Right.
And the water soluble scent stays in the water column as the bait moves along.
Right.
So,
Well, what I heard is fish, they can't sense oils. They can only scent water based.
they say it plugs up their
believe it.
receptors, I think, or something
Yeah,
like that.
they're not
or-
capable of sensing an oil. It's just not in their
Their first reaction
Yeah,
is
it's
sight,
not in them.
and then it's scent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can smell like a dog. They have that powerful, like a real powerful scent deal that they can smell. Really,
They can see
really
Mark
well.
Hunter coming a mile away.
They can
You
see
know?
it. They go, there's that
They can
dinger.
hear you.
Yeah.
Humdinger.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. You guys fish all year round almost. You guys fish right into the fall. You spend a lot of time in this. You both have fished in the States, right? Fair bit.
Yeah.
So, cold weather fishing gear you wish you've bought sooner.
Heated Milwaukee jacket.
Yeah?
Yeah, even for work, cold days.
Nice.
Love it.
Love
Got
it.
the
It's-
hoodie, man. Love
yeah,
it.
It's the heat helps. Pockets are heated.
You find if your core is warm, the rest of your body's
Yeah,
warm.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find I've tried several different brands of clothing, and Gore-Tex brand is the only one that I would go with.
Yeah.
It's
Good Gore-Tex
breathable.
rain suit.
It stops the wind. It keeps the heat in, and it's breathable. But Gore-Tex, I've tried all the other Gore-Tex type materials, and as far as clothing, and nothing holds up as well as Gore-Tex.
Yeah. Agree. Good Gore-Tex rain suit. New Under Armour one coming out here very
Well,
shortly.
the Under Armour rain suit that I got is dynamite.
Yeah,
Wait to see
love
one,
it.
too. Wait to see
Going
the
on.
new one.
And there's so many around.
I
eh?
know.
The blue ones.
Yeah, the camel. Love that.
Yeah, wait till you see wait till you see the new one.
Yeah, Kyle's got a new one coming for me.
Yeah, should be here in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, nice.
Might
Those
just be a CanCast. You never know.
You know they're so light. Those ones that you could just wear them in the summer too, right? If-
Yeah.
So that's a 10.
they actually work.
So that's
Yeah.
a 10,000 level Gore-Tex. That one.
Mm-hmm.
We did make the first one. Remember, like the orange and gray ones back in the day? They were
Yeah.
20,000, so a lot thicker, but almost too warm, right?
Mhm.
And the problem is you wanted that. You can always layer up underneath of a base layer hoodie, so they went a little lighter when they made the next suit, right? But there's lots of stuff to pay attention to with Gore-Tex, different thicknesses of it and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, for sure, get yourself a good Gore-Tex suit. It's a good call out. 3 crippling mistakes pro anglers make.
Adaptability.
Oh, I like that one.
I've run into it. I'm no pro, like not a pro at all. But Jack and I, a lot of people know our story on Stony Lake. We've been leading by a lot in the Stony combo and proceeded to shit the bed on day 2 because we didn't make a change. Bay Quinte this year, the Team Canada qualifier, we lit them up pretty good on the first day. Tried to run the same thing, didn't work. It was windy, wind was blowing. Stuck flogging a dead horse till like 1 o'clock, and then made a big change. Went back to the bank, and ended up catching like 17.5 pounds in like 35 minutes.
Sealed the deal on that
That's what-
derby too,
yeah,
right?
Sealed the deal on that one. Finally, like got us over that 2-day hump. With
Right.
we've
What kind of
been-
baits were you using, Andrew?
we were actually, no secret, but we're using the ProWater. Your swim. I don't know the names of the
Magic
ProWater baits.
minnow.
I think it was the Magic
Was it
Minnow.
Magic minnow, yeah.
Yeah, it was on Jack was throwing a spinnerbait and I was throwing a chatterbait.
Awesome as a trailer.
And we were on the bank. That's all we did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think adaptability is the biggest one to that question.
What did better that day, the spinnerbait or the chatterbait?
The first day, the spinnerbait caught bigger fish than the chatterbait the next day. So, but we actually had a good one. It was like 7 minutes to check in. We were coming up across one dock. Jack's like, "All right, I'm gonna make one more cast," and and it was like a 6-minute run. And I'm like, "All right, I'm turning the boat out. We gotta go." And he casts to this dock and gets like a 3.5 right off the end of the dock. I'm like, "I'm nowhere near the net, man. You got to boat flip it." So he goes to boat flip, and he has this workhorse rod, we call it. And he's used it for everything. It blows up as he's trying to winch this fish in. I finally got to the net and I pinned it beside the boat, like on the side of the boat, and the spinnerbait came flying out of its mouth. And I'm like, man, I flipped it on the floor. I gunned it. He had his life jacket on. I gunned it. He was culling fish at 55 miles an hour.
Wow.
We threw the one out, and I was like, hold on, we got to go. So
So there was a flying fish.
there was a flying fish. But it was pretty cool. He's like, I'm driving down the lake, and he's like, yeah, that's a good cull, and throws it out.
Wow.
And away we went.
Wow,
It was,
that's awesome.
yeah, you always hear about guys doing that, and like
Yeah.
our whole lives we're like, it never happens. It
Never
never
give
happens.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vic, you any main mistakes?
I'd have to say not in tune or feeling the bite. A lot of guys, like I take some guys out fishing, new guys, and they don't know what the bite is.
Yeah.
They don't know what the feel, and they just don't know what the bite is. You know, it's got to be something you got to be in tune with for sure.
Right.
What about you guys? Mistakes? You have anything you think of?
I don't make mistakes.
Wow.
I'd have to say time management.
Time management.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think people don't know how to time manage, and they don't know how to pre-fish properly. Not pros. Pros obviously know how to do it, but the amateurs around here, it's been a topic of discussion lately.
Well, a lot of people sting their fish.
That's
right?
it.
I don't think you should be stinging your fish.
Yeah.
I'm big on just know they're there and
Yep.
follow them around until Derby Day.
Yeah,
Don't light them up.
for sure. I think that's a big part of it. So, all right, mistakes every new angler makes when looking for new baits. Like, do you think they get sold into the brand names too much, not knowing the magic gems? Or is the brand names, like, brand names are brand names for a reason. Obviously, they make some good products. But maybe we should reword that. What's the advice you'd give to somebody when they're looking for new baits to try? Besides going to your ProWater website.
Yeah. Well, that's a no-brainer. But I think that probably one mistake they make is they walk in the door of the tackle shop there and they see that bait that they want, and they don't pick up the proper terminal tackle that it needs to be rigged with.
Right.
Wow, that's a good call.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah.
See, the other thing I struggle with the retailers is that they have all the baits, like walls and walls and walls. And the terminal tackle section's this big.
Right.
Yeah.
Not every store, but that's a problem at a lot
Yeah.
of them, right? And I think that's where guys, that's a good one. That's a good call, Vic, because it's 100% true.
And I think if they ask questions, like you go into Gagnon's, you ask the guys, it's like, what do I rig the money shot with? Like, what should I, or the camera is the money shot.
Yeah.
What hook do I use for that? How do I rig it? Like, how do I tie a drop shot? Like, these guys in these stores, like, you go in and talk to Justin in Gagnon's, and he'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. Don't be afraid to ask a question.
Like, those guys know what they're talking about. Like, they're all really good.
Right.
Yeah. For sure.
That's why they're there.
Exactly.
No, 100%. So Gagnon's is celebrating 50 years in business this April.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they're having an awesome sale leading up right to our show. Back to back, basically same weekend. I think they're starting on the Wednesday or Thursday, but
Perfect.
There'll be a lot of great deals and stuff. Like 50 years in business, that's a huge accomplishment.
I remember it my whole life. I grew up in Oshawa, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've
There
been
was
to
that, and it was Barclay's.
Yeah, Barclays next door there. Yeah.
A couple doors down. Yeah.
And one's still standing. Congratulations to Gagnon's. That's well deserved. It's one of the most badass fishing stores on the planet.
And that tent sale is insane. I've been to that for like 15 years in a row, and there's some really, really good deals there at that tent sale there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So awesome. Well, I had a good time with you guys tonight. I think we should do it again. I say that to every guest, but they just keep getting better.
We should just have one big party.
Like, you know what we should do one day?
How many mics you got, Woody?
Yeah.
Woody will hate us. We'll do like a live where we just like start at like 9 a.m. on a dock. Everybody else is out fishing, and we'll just keep rotating guys all day. We'll just won't stop talking all day. What's going on in the water? It'll be great.
That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
It'll be a great live stream. That's a good idea.
I want to kind of fish that day.
Yeah, but you can leave, and we'll fill you in with somebody else, and then I'll leave
You can
for
be
a
the
bit.
camera boat.
Especially if you're in a Rambler boat.
I can't wait. I'm totally gonna buy a gambler, and Vic's totally gonna have like the G cross there and put like an R.
Now
R
he's
stick.
figuring out why he hasn't found any on his searches.
Yeah, I
Can't
texted.
find one Rambler boat.
I texted Vic there. I'm like, man, these things are really rare. No wonder you had to go to the States.
Funny story is, quick story. I found this boat, and it was the boat that I found 6-7 years ago. And I tried to buy it. The guy sold it he sold it the day before I got a hold of him. So the boat came up again last year for sale. Phoned the guy, got a hold of him, went down, looked at the boat. He oversold it. It wasn't what the boat was. I put a deposit down on it. I said, look, man, you oversold the boat. It's not nowhere near. You can feel the metal flake when you rub your hand down the side of the boat. Like it was done. And I said, I want my deposit back. He says, no, sorry, man. Deal's the deal. You bought the boat. I said, okay, well, I'm not too happy about it. I guess I'll buy the boat. So get all the paperwork out, get the paperwork ready. Doesn't the ownership for the trailer not match the VIN number on the paperwork? I said, now you owe me your money back. and my money back. And sure enough, he gave me my money back. So I'm down there. So I ended up going to the Bassmaster Classic because I had nothing to do. And I posted on Facebook. I said, I'm in Florida. I'm ready to buy this boat. I want a 20-footer. I want white. The guy posted the boat the next day, and I went and bought the bloody thing. Like, talk about perfect timing.
Yeah.
It was meant to be. And
How far did you have to go?
I went all the way to Lutz, Florida. Where I bought the boat was,
Yeah.
I think it was Lake City. So
Yeah,
it's
Lake-
on
that's-
the other side.
My grandparents have a place in Lake City.
My
nice.
sister
Yeah.
lived in Lutz for 10 years. I've been to Lutz a
we
bunch of
talked
times.
about
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
That's where the ProWater test pond is down at my brother-in-law's place. in
I know a
Lutz.
few ponds you could test them in. Yeah.
So anyway, funny story, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah.
Good
Thanks for
times.
having us.
Vic, any final thoughts?
I just look forward to a good 2023 and make 'em bite with ProWater Baits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I screwed that one up that time. Back me up here, guys. You guys all look at me.
Everybody's supposed to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just hope for a good 23 season and get a few more boats in for carpet and get that rolling a little bit more and go fish some derbs. And
Yeah, so if you want to get in touch with Mercer Marine, how do you get in touch with you?
you can find me on my personal Facebook or Instagram. I have Mercer Marine Products Instagram now. Kyle posted on the CanCast. Like, everybody follows me but Mark because he's like that. But
I don't go on
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't know what social media is
Yeah.
yet. So
Are you on the TikTok?
no, I don't do the dick doc.
No.
No. And then we're got a few boats coming in, so it's gonna be a busy spring, and we try to get everything out before the early season on Lake Ontario opens up because we want to spend as much time down there as we can.
Right.
How do you feel about tin boats?
Timbo.
I've built one before. We called it the Chub Tub.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Put a deck, like a casting deck in it, and a
Nice.
little small troller on it.
Caught a lot of fish off that.
Tons, buddy.
No, it's gonna be fun. Mark, final thoughts, buddy.
If you're out on the ice, just make sure you check those conditions, I guess. If you got to go out and you feel you got to go out, make some phone calls first, or
Don't listen
don't
to
take
everybody on
secondhand
Facebook.
information. Call a
Absolutely.
guide, call a hideout operator. They'll tell you exactly how it is.
I'd be wearing a floater suit for sure if I was
Yeah,
going out there.
just it's not worth it for fresh.
No,
No, be careful out there.
John,
My final thought?
your final thought.
My final thought is, oh, yeah.
Boom. I don't know if I can top that. Everybody, www.cancast.show. Get your tickets. I'm telling you, get your tickets. The same price as buying them at the door. No lineup when you get your tickets. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Get your tickets, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, Woody, for once again always pulling this together. And we will see you guys on the next episode. Cheers.